What's up, guys? I'm Jenks.
And I'm Beef. And today we're starting a new series where me and Jenks are going to be going over current events in the sports world. So we're going to be doing it every week. New episodes will be coming out. And we're going to start. Our first topic of the day is going to be on basketball, specifically on the Sixers. We're going to be talking about there's stuff going on with the new Ben Simmons contract and
Just
the
free
future.
agency in general.
Yeah, cover a lot of stuff going on right now.
Well, let's first start off with the Ben Simmons contract. What do you think of it?
I'm 50-50 on it. Ben Simmons, to me, has yet to prove that he just has that instinct to want to be a winner, you know?
I agree with that. I think also a big thing is that he needs a jump shot, and you can't pay a point guard, especially in this league, that much money if you can't shoot. He was outside the paint last year. He was under 30% shooting, and you can't have that in a player in general.
But and then I look at a player like Ben Simmons and I look at a player like Joel Embiid, and their play styles are kind of contradictory in a way, because Embiid is a player who goes from the paint out to the 3-point line, where Ben Simmons he starts in the paint and goes, out to, mid-range, then not the 3-point line obviously, but so they're both the paint is very clogged with the Sixers right now, I think, but
especially with the signing of Al Horford and Tobias. Tobias is still in the paint a lot.
But I think we're not the worst shooting team. Al Horford can shoot it, the 3-ball. I like the addition of Josh Richardson as well in the starting lineup. I think he, in terms of maybe a poor man's Jimmy Butler, these production numbers aren't that far off from Jimmy, so I think he could pick up some of the slack.
He just has to have that ego. I think that's what the main thing the Sixers are missing is that mentality. They don't have that mentality just yet because they're all young. They don't have that killer instinct. Like Jimmy Butler kind of had that, and he helped us out in the playoffs. Fortunately, it didn't help us get past the Raptors, but he helped us try to engage ourselves, because Embiid wasn't really there in that series. He helped out with defensive wise, but offensively he was a no-show really.
Yeah. In my thoughts of Embiid, he needs to get his body right. He's never going to be the guy who's going to be able to do all these crazy conditioning exercises, because he's just too big, and that's just not the way his body works. But he needs to be with a nutritionist and getting his diet right. So, because he is probably the most dominant center in the league.
He I looked up today. He had 58 double doubles, which is only six less than the games he played. Now, if you can have that on the court at all times, that's amazing. To have 75, 80 games, whereas if you're only going to get 64 games out of him, he needs to step it up. I realize that he's trending upwards with the amount of games he plays, but I think he just needs to do better, like you said, with the nutrition value.
Yeah, but I look at the landscape. The East, it's definitely the weaker conference.
100%.
So if there's ever a time for the Sixers to make a playoff push and get to that finals, it's definitely now. You got to go through. Brooklyn, not really. KD's still injured.
I doubt he'll come back for playoffs. If he does, I don't think it's a good move.
Boston, not really there anymore.
They might give you a couple games, but I don't think they can take this team up.
I don't think they could take us down. We got a lot better on the defensive floor. Defensive side of the floor.
They really just got like a lesser Kyrie.
Yeah, but if you look in terms of the NBA landscape, a lot of teams got better this year.
Just not in the East.
Just not. Yeah,
the
Nets
got better.
Improvements in the East, but
not a lot.
The East, in my opinion, has always been the weaker conference of the two.
I predict that the Hawks are going to be a sleeper that everybody's going to forget about. They just drafted a couple really good young guys, and I think that they're going to surprise some people. They're probably going to be. I think the highest they're going to go is a 6th seed, but they're going to turn some eyes.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a lot of good young talent in the East and in the West. The league is in good hands in terms of talent coming in.
As the older guys usher out.
Yeah.
New guys coming.
But the Sixers, I'm still not 100% bought into Brett Brown, and I love them as a players coach and a development guy, but I don't know if he's that guy that can win us a championship. We have the talent, so if it does happen, I wouldn't be surprised, because I'm not saying he's a bad coach, but he has still got some things to prove to me.
Yeah.
Not much, but there's definitely room for improvement for Brett Brown and that coaching staff.
Now, I was looking at free agency today, and I think there's a couple guys that we need to add. I think primarily we need another guard to put on our bench. We have a lot of big men in our starting lineup and stuff like that. And I was looking at J.R. Smith or like Kyle Korver or somebody like that. Somebody who can shoot the ball decently and then also will give you that veteran attitude that this team needs, I feel like.
Yeah, I'm more sold probably. I think JR would be a better pickup. As just more athletic and he can do a little bit more in terms of. I mean, Korver's a marksman, of course, but I mean J.R. Smith, he's
all around.
He's not shabby from 3-point either. He can knock down shots and he can make clutch shots.
The only problem with J.R. Smith is that he only played 11 games last season, so that might be something that teams are going to watch out for. I think that's why the Lakers haven't picked him up. Plus, what happened with LeBron.
Yeah, that finals blunder.
But, I mean, they weren't going to win that series anyway. I feel like him and LeBron have probably got over that. I don't know for certain now.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't likely. The Warriors were stacked then. Now in the NBA, just this offseason alone, just got a whole lot more interesting to watch.
Yeah, because now you're not like, the Warriors are going to be in the finals.
Yeah, it's a lot more unpredictable. The door is wide open for anybody to win a championship, in my opinion.
So, yeah. I mean, there's some teams you could rule out, like Oklahoma City. Especially after Damian Lillard sent them into a blowout.
What? What the fuck?
Sent them into what's it called?
Yeah, but they're loaded with draft picks.
They are loaded with draft picks. They're just not a contender.
Give OKC about 10 years. They'll be the most dominant team in the league.
Sucks to be an OKC fan to be 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years.
Just think, though, as an OKC fan, you go from KD, Russ, Harden to nobody. Anyway, I want to transition here. I want to talk a little bit more basketball. This will probably be one of our final topics of the day. I just want to get your pick for who's your matchup for the NBA Finals this year. We're going very early predictions here.
I'm going to have to go with my favorite team, the Sixers, as you can see by the MB jersey.
Now, who you got coming out of the West?
That's a tough one.
I agree.
I like the Clippers. I like the Lakers. I don't like Houston. I don't think Houston's going to be that good. I don't like that dynamic. Who else is really good? There's a lot. The Denver is good.
Jazz are also.
The Jazz are pretty good. The Jazz will be a wild card for me. They could come in. I don't think Denver's got it to beat one of those two LA teams, but I'm gonna say the Clippers are gonna win that battle in LA.
Interesting.
I just believe that I don't know. I just feel like that LeBron's gonna get unlucky with an injury or something like that, and Kawhi Leonard won't talk all season, then be in the NBA Finals again for some reason. Yeah. Sixers versus Raptors.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Raptors. That's the old Kawhi team. Sixers versus Clippers. Sixers in 6.
My prediction. Let me just give my overview. I pretty much already gave my review for the East, but in the West, I think the Lakers probably have the best duo in the NBA with LeBron teaming up with Anthony Davis. I just think it's a matter of working the chemistry issue out. You know, it's going to take a little bit period of adjustment, but that's for any duo that's just coming together. But I honestly don't think that, and just in terms of speaking the battle over Los Angeles, I think the Lakers have the edge. Just because, number one, you have LeBron, and LeBron and Kawhi, that's going to be a fun matchup to watch. But in the battle of AD and Paul George, I think AD is obviously the superior player. Not that Paul George is a scrub by any means. He's one of the best players in the league. I just don't think he's on that level that Anthony Davis is on. And you know, you don't really know what Paul George is going to give you come playoff time. But that's also kind of an argument for Anthony Davis. But I think I'm going to have to go Los Angeles Lakers in the Battle of LA. But overall in the West, my Western Conference final will probably be Lakers Nuggets. I'm going to go hot take here. I think the Nuggets will make the Western Conference Finals. And then I think the Lakers beat the Nuggets. And then the Lakers play. I'm going to go Sixers in the final. Trying to be non-biased, but I just think they're the best team in the East.
I'm pretty biased.
And now I'm going to go Sixers in 7. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was Lakers in 6. So that's overall my finals prediction for this year.
My thing is I do like the matchup of Montrezl Harrell versus Anthony Davis more than I like the matchup of Pat Beverly versus Paul George.
The signs at autismspeaks.org.
I like Montrezl. I think he's a good player. That's why I'm giving the Clippers the edge. I want to add one more thing too. What is your boldest prediction for the NBA this season and the NFL for this season?
Yeah, let us know in the comments what you guys think. Oh, me?
You guys can add in the comments.
But you guys, I want to know your predictions in the comments. Tell us what you think.
One.
But my boldest prediction for the NFL and the NBA, my boldest prediction for the NBA, I think Joel Embiid wins the MVP. It's my hot take this year.
Bold NBA prediction? Let me see. I'm going to have to say that the Warriors do not make the playoffs.
I wouldn't be surprised. I like that bold prediction.
Now, I do think that, like, I personally think that they gotta have a good chance.
Yeah.
I like Draymond Green's one of my favorite players, but I'm saying that Steph Curry, the age and the defense of double teams, especially without Clay being there, that's gonna hurt a lot. He's gonna get a lot of double teams. Nobody else in that team is gonna carry with shooting there. Well, maybe D'Angelo Russell, but I don't think it's enough. I think it's gonna be too controversial with two guys dribbling the ball up. I think they're gonna be like the 9th seed, like just barely missing.
Well, I think we cover everything here. All right, well, we're going to wrap this up. And make sure to let us know what your bold NBA and NFL predictions are in the comments. And thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe.